a game day atmosphere that is improved every year, and it's really become an event. Football Saturdays at the University of New Haven. If you haven't experienced it, we definitely think you should get down here and experience it. And the person at the head of it all is New Haven Athletic Director Debbie Chin. She's down on the field with Sean Malone. Let's go down to Debbie and Sean.
I'm joined now by Chargers Athletic Director Debbie Chin. Debbie, talk about the return of the football team and its effect on the students and the environment on campus.
All you have to do, John, is look at the stands, look at the excitement, look at the marching band. We never had a band before. In our earlier days, I used to have to go rent a band, the local high schools to come. We now have a band of 160 members. The campus is excited. Our students walk up to the campus. They march up every game day. They fill the stands. They're sitting in the aisles. It's the greatest thing that happened.
Within 2 years, the Chargers were conference champions. Did you foresee them having that much success that early with a program basically starting from scratch?
First year back, we were 5-5. Never, ever has a new team started up a program or started a program with the success that we had. You can just check the NCAA records. Hasn't happened. No, we didn't expect it, but it was great. We have a great coach, we have a great coaching staff, and we have student athletes that we're committed to not only doing well on the field, but also doing well in the classroom.
Ronnie Nelson had some huge shoes to fill, replacing old quarterback Ryan Olszewski. Talk about his performance throughout the year and how he's been able to step up and lead the team.
Ronnie's been terrific. You know, when you say he had big shoes to fill, but you forget last year he played. He started half of our games because Ryan was hurt for the first half of the season. So we really had the starts last year for half of the season. So we knew Ronnie was ready to go, and he was ready to take the team where we needed to go. He's done a great job.
Any second half predictions?
I'll never say that. I just don't want it to be like a game of last year. I had so many ups and downs in terms of my stomach. It looks like it'll be another good game.
That game last year took a few years off my life. Debbie, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Debbie Chin, who's really been the driving force behind this athletic department for a lot of years. And, you know, a lot of people were down on UNH athletics when the football program went away in 2003, and I know for a fact that it broke Debbie Chin's heart, and she made it her mission to bring it back. And boy, has that football program come back in 2 playoff appearances in the last couple of years, and the Chargers undefeated once again in the Northeast 10 with 5 consecutive victories. Everybody at the University of New Haven has to be very pleased with what the Chargers have done on the football field. We're going to take a quick look at the first half statistics. As we see, actually we have some out-of-town scores. Let's take a look at that. LAU Post is really handing it to pace, 44-0, and they're at the half. Merrimack with a 20-9 lead over St. Anselm. That's a third quarter score. And AIC beating Bentley 14-0. That's a second quarter score. And later this evening, Southern Connecticut will be taking on Assumption College in Worcester. Let's go back down to the field. Sean Malone has New Haven Register reporter Henry Chisholm. Sean.
Joined by Henry Chisholm, writer for the New Haven Register. Henry, the defense had a lot of problems in the first half for the Chargers. Talk about what you saw and what adjustments you think they might make at halftime.
Well, I think they really have to stack the box right now. Colin Marcus has been getting some really good runs, especially up the middle. That's what's really been getting Stonehill's offense going, because their quarterback is good. He's got a good arm. But when the running game is working like that, you don't really have to pass it too much.
Ronnie Nelson seemed out of sync at points in the first half, and knowing the competitor that he is, he's not going to be happy about that in the slightest. What were you seeing from him?
Well, he's a perfectionist. It seems like the intermediate game has been what they've been trying to get going. I know one of the receivers, Courtney Mashoud, I don't think he's active for the game today, so a lot of intermediate pass plays. But Stonehill's defense has been really aggressive. They're getting in the passing lanes, and they're really attacking the ball. So, you know, if the running game keeps working and they can get some of those intermediate pass plays going, and he's doing a good job with the faking the handoff on that option, they can still get some points because they've got a pretty good lead if you consider how rusty the offense has been.
The Chargers had a huge interception right at the goal line at the end of half. Talk about what you saw in that play and how big of a momentum booster that can be going into halftime.
Well, it's a huge momentum boost because if he didn't get that play, Stonehill scores the touchdown. Now, Najee Brown, the freshman, he's been great for the team all season. He's leading them in tackles. He's leading them in interceptions. And any time when the ball gets tipped like that, anything can happen. So it was a great play for UNH. And like I said, going into the second half, that's got to get them momentum. They start the half with the ball. If they can score here and make it 27-14, then, you know, they might be able to wrap this one up.
Who's one player that needs to step up in the second half for the Chargers?
Well, it can't really come down to one guy. It's got to be the receiving core. Saw a lot of drops in the first half. That happened to them in the Westchester game, which they lost. So on those long passes, those guys have to catch the ball and make plays.
Henry, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.